The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
The role of a woman in the society is to submit. Birth control are the pills of the devil. Education is so fundamental to the development of a people. I'm murderous. Simple as that. What am I voting for? Voting will change nothing.
Tout le monde haïtien, como ye. God save the Queen.
Welcome to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker, and I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Well, my producers, my clock is not on, so I'm not timing myself, but I shall talk while you figure that out. Today is the eve of Labor Day, when thousands of Negroes here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas will once again assemble tomorrow to participate in the annual Labor Day. In 42 uprising, when hundreds of Negro workers working at Windsor Field, down by the old airport, rised up and marched on Bay Street and declare war on the old guard, the Conky Joe, and those who were exploiting the Negro businessmen. So, everybody ought to be ready for Labor Day. And don't forget, we're going to assemble at Windsor Park, where as you can see, I am dressed in my gold shirt. I'm going to join the PLP, who is really the only true workers' party in the country. I'm going to compare today Christian members of the Catholic Church who are in government. You know, I'm a Catholic, and I shall compare them with what the Holy Father, Pope Francis, is doing and saying and advocating for poor workers. And I shall show you that these Negroes in the Bahamas who profess Christian Catholicism, their activities are inconsistent with the Holy Father. And that is going to be very important, because Dr. Minnis professed Christian Catholicism. The Nuncio de Aguilar, he professed Christian Catholicism. But everything that they have done since May 10th of 2017 is inconsistent with the principle and the teaching of our Holy Father, Pope Francis. And they don't know what kind of Negro man I am, because in this day of modern technology, I shall petition His Holiness. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace. I'm ready, if it is God's will, to march once again to celebrate Burma Road as we declare a social and a political war on the new oppressors, Negroes who look like us. And their philosophy is inconsistent with the Holy Father. I thank the Lord for the teaching of Pope Francis, and I shall compare what the Holy Father has taught us, and I shall show you that Minnis ain't saved, the Nuncio de Aguilar ain't saved, and they are false prophets. This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and I'll be right back after we pay the bills.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace, and of course, I am a member of the Holy Roman Catholic Church. Yesterday, in the southern part of the island of New Providence, appeared before me a Negro worker, a female, who is employed at the government's own Princess Margaret Hospital. She is an auxiliary nurse. And notwithstanding that the new Prime Minister has declared that there is a calm over the nation, she was still saddened. She has 2 complaints, and I shall attempt to address her complaint and to appeal to the new Minister of Health, Dr. Sands, Dr. Dwayne Sands. Dr. Dwayne Sands, this health worker, this patient care assistant, she has complained, 1, that as a worker at that level of the Princess Margaret Hospital, they have no health insurance. You heard what I am saying to you? She complains that notwithstanding that everybody else has had an increase in salary, that category of workers, the auxiliary nurses, the porters, the people who must get rid of human waste, infected blood, and other body waste, that there is no hazardous pay. There is no health provision made for them. And she is saddened, and she is depressed, and she begged me to petition this government and to remind them what time it is. And we all know it is the people's time. Tomorrow is Labor Day. Thousands of Bahamians will be marching. And I anticipated that thousands of people in the opposition and thousands of supporters of the Progressive Liberal Party will meet at Windsor Park and join the historic march as we remember the 1942 Burma Road riot. There is no need for we to return to that rocky Burma Road. There's no need for that. What do we demand? We demand economic justice. We demand the protection of all workers. And I'm saddened over what is taking place because I have been able to identify some of the greatest perpetrators to be members of my Christian denomination, the Holy Roman Catholic Church. And I'm saddened by it because what Dr. Minnis is practicing, what Lynn Hollowesco is practicing, what the Nuncio de Aguilar is practicing, is inconsistent with the teaching of the Holy Father, Pope Francis. And I ask them to reflect on what His Holiness has declared to the world. I call on them because I'm saddened that these Negro people who has been elected 22 days ago are victimizing and firing known supporters of the former governing Progressive Liberal Party. And I want them to know that there will be no retreat and there will be no surrender, because we are prepared to buck them on Burma Road. And we are prepared to say to the government that Burma Road declare war on the wicked. And we're going to tell you all that. But I have to look at the newspaper so that I may read something that may touch the black heart of the new Prime Minister and the Nuncio de Aguilar, his wayward Minister of Tourism. These are members who have confessed Christian Catholicism, but by their actions and by their fruits, what they are doing is inconsistent with the teaching of the Holy Father, Pope Francis. So I'm going to read it because it's important that the Negro people know how righteous the Holy Father is and how inconsistent and wicked many of these Negroes who are professing Christian Catholicism. So I'll go to it. I'm looking at the Nassau Guardian in its religious section, and I take you to page 1I, or should I say I2, and it talks, this is the caption: Pope highlights the dignity of work. He spoke in Italy. Pope Francis highlighted the struggles that workers face in a globalized economy with a visit Saturday to a troubled steel factory in Genoa, where he stressed how jobs give people a sense of human dignity and denounced those who exploit workers. The visit put a focus on the plight of those whose lives have been made precarious by years of economic crisis, including in Italy, where a high jobless rate, especially among young adults, has driven many to leave the country. Speaking to 3,500 industrial workers, many in uniforms of hard hats, Francis distinguished what he called the real entrepreneur, a person who shares the labors of workers and shares the joys of work to create something together, from speculators who are not bothered when they fire workers in search of profits. One sickness of the economy is the gradual transformation of entrepreneurs into speculators. The pontiff said, the speculators doesn't love his business, doesn't love the workers, but only sees the business and workers as the means to make profit. So, I'm going to invite Dr. Hubert Minnis, who professed Christian Catholicism, to stop firing these PLP workers, because I'm angry. I'm angry and I'm tired and I want it to stop. You hear me? Because I've always been a Negro who's never been intimidated to stand up for what is just and what is right. Can Minnis truly say that he is a Catholic practitioner? Can the Nuncio de Aguilar truly confess Christian Catholicism? And can Lynn Holovesco, can she truly, having exploited many workers in this country, can she truly profess Christian Catholicism? I say no, they cannot. And we, the workers, we must stand up against them if it means bringing the means of production to a standstill, because it is the people's time and we are a part of the people. And I'm offended that Minnis continue his witch hunt, and we must show them that there are thousands of supporters in the opposition. And if we talk to the street, guess what will happen? We will bring the economy to a crushing stop. And let us not forget what Minnis did under the PLP. He led hundreds of workers on Paradise Island Bridge. And it is a time, and this is the time, to give him a dose of his own medicine. Minnis ain't safe. The Nuncio de Aguilar ain't safe. And Lynn Holovesco, she's not safe. And I'm going to remind the real white people of Lightfoot Key that Lynn is not white. She's a Negro. Negro just like me. I'm so fed up. Man, they have me upset because they're still firing my people, the Negro people. And Philip Brave Davis, your name is Brave, and I'm brave. And there are thousands of people in this country who are brave. And we must march once again on that rocky Burma Road. And we must show Minnis and all of his ministers, all of the gangsters who have taken over this country, that we will resist them. We will do it peacefully, and if it needs be, we are prepared to once again declare war on the Conky Joe, because Minnis and the Nuncio, I've now added the Nuncio to the list of King George III Negroes. That's what they are. They're not true nation builders. They don't want any peace in the society. And if you don't want no peace, then let there not be peace in the country. Because this land is equally ours. And we must enjoy the benefits of its production, or there will be no production. It is simple as that. It is as simple as that. And it is the PLP who has consistently demonstrated from 1953 to this current day that it has always represented the interests of the working class. And we know, as we speak, Minnis and the FNM is about to repeal one of the most progressive pieces of labor legislation. And so we have to declare war on them. They will either share the fruit or we'll throw it on the dump. Simple as that. I'll take a drink because they got me angry. Man, I'm angry. I can't believe it. At 60, I should be relaxing, playing with the grandchildren. Relaxing. But now, once again, I have to pick up my placard. And so, as you can see, I'm wearing my gold shirt. It's a very expensive gold shirt. Cost me about $48 and 90-something cents. But I'm ready, and I ask God for strength and health and clear thinking as I prepare tomorrow to join the mother of all parties, the Progressive Liberal Party. I said, bring me my gold shirt. I'm ready to march. And I'm ready to struggle, because I ain't scared of them. Minnis ain't safe, gone inconsistent with what the Pope say. And it is time that pastors and priests liberate themselves from this nasty intermingling with these politicians. Because when the war starts, the men of God must be in a respectable position to declare peace in the country. But if they wish to be stigmatized and brushed with political paint, then let there be. Because it is time for us to march. Tomorrow, it's Labor Day. You got to come out there and march. You hear me? Come march. Bring your flags. Put on your PLP shirt. Put on your FNM shirt. FNMs are allowed to march with PLP. Because watch what is taking place. On the eve of Labor Day, what is in the budget for the working poor? What is in the budget for the woman them? What is in the budget? There's nothing in the budget. Nothing. So we have elected a group of dishonest people. And I'm angry. Man, I'm angry. It's like if I can just take things and like break up things. But I can't break up the man's studio. But I need to break up some things because I'm tired of them. 22 days in power. And all they're doing is firing people. Hey, Menace, these are black people you're firing. These are black people. You don't know how they voted. These are black people. And you should stop it. And the nuncio, I want the Haitians to know who you are. Tout le monde haïtien. Est-ce que vous connaissez, famille, 7 Papa Doc Duvalier? Vous entendez? The nuncio, family, 7 Papa Doc. Papa Doc. Ça, c'est Tonton Mokout. Tonton Mokout. And who connaît avant Haïti, gain indépendance, Toussaint Louverture, Dati Buckman, déclaré. C'est pas possible pour moi pour dire ça, parce que ministre gay, yon garçon, qui comprend, and m'a pas créé problème. This is Freedom March. Menace confess Catholicism. The Nuncio de Aguilar confess Catholicism. Len Holovesco confess Catholicism. But if you were to read what Pope Francis is preaching, they've gone contrary. In fact, they are following the devil. And I'm going to petition Rome. I'm going to complain to the Holy Father. Holy Father, these Negroes, they ain't no good. I'm going to tell the Holy Father. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell Pope Francis. I could write, and I shall go to his Facebook page and complain. Complain. Lord, wash me from my sin and cleanse me from my iniquity. This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Tomorrow is Labor Day in the Bahamas. And if the Negro people never marched before, they sure need to march tomorrow. Because we have to send a clear message to Dr. Menace and the FNM that we shall not retreat, nor will we surrender. Because what time it is? It's the people's time. What time is it? It's the people's time. And the people's time begins on Labor Day as we celebrate Burma Road. Burma Road declare war on the wicked policy of the FNM. Licky Domama and Jingwang 42.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV. You can also join us on ILTV.com. It is our Facebook page, and of course, I'm sharing it on my Facebook page, Rodney Monker. When I took the adjournment, I was telling you about His Holiness the Pope Francis' visit to Genoa in Italy, where His Holiness met with the workers, and he stood up for the dignity of workers. And I found that to be so great at a time when tomorrow thousands of my people, the Negro people, will once again march on that ancient Burma Road. And as I reflect, as a Christian Catholic, I was so blessed by reading the article in the Nassau Guardian this morning. But simultaneously, I reflected on other citizens of the Bahamas who professes Christian Catholicism. And while they hide behind Christian Catholicism, they have no heart. They are victimizing, witch hunting, and firing poor people. That is what they're doing. And then, as I identify some of these culprits, my mind ran on Deacon Jeff Lloyd, who petitioned the Holy Father to withdraw him as a deacon in the church. I reflect on it, and I'm going to be honest with you. I felt sad as I reflect on a man who had made a sacred commitment to the church. And Deacon Jeff Lloyd, I'm a Catholic. I'm a member of the Christian Catholic Church. And the next thing I know, he was sending threats to me. He ain't get elected yet, you know, but he sent threat. And I've decided that what am I to do? Taking into consideration that Jeff put his hand to the plow and he turned back. So I say, God forgive me, he's not fit for the kingdom. There he is. And so he has led me into temptation that I'm about to curse him in a language only the Haitian people and God will understand. Papa Bonde, ou kone, moi gen un pile piche. Map gen un pile piche. Moi c'est Catholic Christian. Jeff Lloyd c'est Catholic Christian. Avant Bahamas gen election, il parlait mal sur moi. Il pas gen power. Même, il parlait mal. Konya, il gen power. Il boule, il terminate. Un pile travail pour tout le monde. Béhémien, il pas bon. Il pas bon. And m'a préparé pour battre avec lui. Parce que il pas bon. Il pas bon. Moi pas dit ça en anglais. Parce que m'a pas besoin tout le monde qui allait dans l'église moi pour connaître exactement m'a dit. But m'a fâché. And so, Jeff is pas bon. How? Why should a Catholic brother be sending threats? And so, I'm going to call on young people. I'm going to call on the elders of my community, Black Village. I call on my elders. Join me tomorrow. Chris, I need you. I know you's F&M, but my God, I'm under threat. And I don't think that you voted F&M so that I could be victimized. Tell me, because I prefer you to end my life than them. You hear me? And I need you like I've never needed you before. Alan, I need you. I need you. I need you to help me to prepare the placards. Because this new generation of PLB, they have not studied the history of Penling. And I need you. I need you, Brother Neil Stubbs. I need you and Alan Strawn. I need you. I saw you on Majority Rule Day. I saw how shocked you all were when you saw that I was marching with the PLP. But you were busy. You didn't understand that that was John Boswick and Minnis. That man is Minnis. Wife, first cousin, son. That was an F&M strategy. Now you're upset. I've always had sober head. If you see me don't support them, they're wicked. And so I need your help, Alan Strawn. Mariah, I understand. Use F&M, but I need you. I need you. Don't let them destroy me politically. They have even predicted my death. You heard me? And I'm annoyed because they are evil. They're evil, and we must stand up against them, Mariah. Salty, we must stand up against them. We must stand up against them. And I'm going to call on you. I call on you. Join me. Because I'm marching with the PLP, the party of your father and your mother. So I've said it. 3 Negro men from Black Village. I've said it. I need your help. Because, once again, these are Uncle Toms. You heard me? Uncle Toms. Tout le monde haïtien. Yo say, Tonton Toms. Tonton Toms. Who connaît ça? So they have me upset. Now I'm going to go to the police for a second. Listen to y'all policemen. In the District of New Providence, appeared before me a Negro woman who's made a declaration that disturbed me. I'm even embarrassed to say it. But I'm going to say it. Brings me some napkins. I'm going to say it. Okay? I want the police to be careful. Come on. I'm so embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Tout le monde haïtien. Police là mettez des garçons noirs qui sorti illutra. Là, yo mettez des garçons dans prison. Garçon dormi. Leli livé. Il gardait pour soulier. Il pas joindre soulier. Il mandait police là. Qui côté soulier moi? Police là dit il pas connaît. Il dit il pas connaît. Même les police là fermé porte là dans prison. Garçon gay soulier. Il dit maman dit police là volé soulier. Dans police station central. Ma want pour dire ça en anglais. Ma want pour dire ça. So, mi pas connais. Si moi, c'est passé pour dire ça. I don't know. I'm not going to say it. To the Negro lady, I'm embarrassed. I shall not say it. I'll say it maybe next week if God spare my life. But you ask the Haitian people, I've told them. I want the police to be careful. This is a period where if you act irresponsibly, there'll be serious allegations. So you have to be careful. Be careful. All right? Be careful. I'm not going to say it. Okay? But Frankie Campbell, si vous tendez expliquer ça les ouvé Marvin James. Okay? Parce que Madame dit, ti garçon li, sorti dans Illutra, police la mette dans Central Police Station, and là il dormi, il dit, police la volé soulier là. Oh, I'm so tired with these Negroes. I don't know what to do. My spiritual advisor appears to have abandoned me. In recent time, he has been under an evil spirit called Willie. The spirit is, I don't know where you find that spirit. Paul Willie. Pour qui ça? Ou pas permettre spiritual advisor pour venir na travail. I'm saying this thing in Haitian Creole because for the first time, I'm kind of embarrassed to say it in English. Man, these Negroes get me so upset. So I think I'll say something that doesn't really upset me. We're hearing the reports that Aaron Bailey is now about to change the uniform. And Aaron Bailey at one time was called what? Highbury High Park or Highbury High. And it has had this uniform, I could remember from as far as 1972. I have a brother who attended that school. and they're changing the uniform, only for a Negro mother at the Yellow Elder Primary School to inform me that they have been advised that they're going to change the uniform. Immediately, my thoughts went back to the middle 70s when the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union had a president. He's now deceased, the late Dudley Williams. Dudley waged a campaign against many government schools in which the school administration were working in collusion with various business houses to change the school uniform. And once they agreed to that, then there was kickback. I had an incident in, when was it? In the early 90s. I decided, my wife said to me, she wanted to go back to school. And she wanted me to go with her to school. So I said, well, let's go to school. And my wife took out a course at BTVI. I then went to search on the books. I think the Negro lady who was in charge of the school was a former F&M minister. What is her name? Teresa Moxie Ingram. And me and her got into a big row. Because as she talked about the book, I recognized that Teresa had taken an unsafe position. That's what she did. So what do you think I did with her? I reported her to Hubert Ingram. And I told Papa that the position that she had taken on the box was not a Christian position. You hear me? As I think over what is taking place, I asked Aaron Bailey administration. I asked Deacon Jeff Lloyd to stop it. Because yesterday, I went to the mall at Marathon to look for this new gold PLP shirt. And as I entered, the first thing I saw was rows of Aaron Bailey uniform. And I turned to the Conky Joe man and a Negro lady. And I said, listen, don't y'all know that the uniform is being changed? Why y'all have all this uniform? They say, if I want to see Aaron Bailey uniform, come go to their warehouse. And so they're upset over the fact that someone has decided to change the color of the uniform after they have for years been providing uniform to students from that school. And certainly it is a national scandal. And I turned to them, I said, listen, this gangsterism taking place. And they wanted to know what I was talking about. And then I gave them the story of the late Dudley Williams, who waged one piece of war when certain primary schools had announced that they were changing uniforms and the colors of uniform, the style of uniform, which didn't make any sense. So that is what is taking place here. If you find that Aaron Bailey is changing the uniform, something corrupt is taking place. Mark my word, I've been through this. I remember Dudley Williams, who was the president of BEC Union. Dudley Williams has been dead now, I believe, for 30 years or more. So many people might not be aware of him. And that is what is taking place. There's no need to change Aaron Bailey uniform. And there's no need to change Yellow Elder Primary School uniform. You're putting unnecessary expenses on poor black people. And so, today, I try to ascertain the names of the 6 members of parliament who, it is said, have been students of Aaron Bailey, so that I can call their name and ask them to take a common sense approach and tell Deacon Jeff Lloyd to stop this inherited piece of corruption, because obviously this decision was made prior to the F&M coming to power. Now we know that Brentsell Roll, who is currently the state minister responsible for national insurance, Brentsell Roll was a teacher at Aaron Bailey. He would be a good witness to call and to exploit evidence from him why he think they're doing it. And I'm certain that Brensel, being a decent Negro male, will quietly tell you it's corruption. So we know that Brensel was a teacher there. And we also know that Minister, the Reverend Warren P. Miller, he was a student. And then Reverend Reuben Raming, he's the MP for Pinewood Gardens. He was a student. We also know that the Honorable Frankie Campbell, who's the minister responsible for transport, he too was a student. And did I mention Dion Folks? Dion Folks, who's currently the Minister of Labor, he was a student at Aram Bailey. I hope you all are counting the various Negro ministers. And then, of course, the Honorable Renwood Wells. He's the Minister of Agriculture. He was a student at Aram Bailey. This is the information which has been provided to me. And so they have a duty to stand up and stop the nonsense. All right? It is unfair for members of the business community to invest in these many uniforms only for some crook hidden in the back room to decide we're going to change the uniform. What is the purpose? Huh? And somebody should speak to it. I have no confidence in Deacon Jeff Lloyd, so I'm certain that he, being the kind of scallywag that he is, a man who thinks he can intimidate me by sending threats, I don't think he will do anything about it. But parents should revolt against it, and those members of the business community who will suffer tremendously once the uniform is taken out of the system, they should speak up, because I think it is wrong, and I smell the blood of gangsterism. I smell it. I smell gangsterism. I smell it. And it's wicked what y'all are doing, trying to put poor black people into a lot of expense. It was just like what Teresa Moxie did. When I questioned her on the books and the cost, Teresa, you know Teresa, the former F&M minister, and she got upset with me. You should have seen her. And I went straight to Mr. Ingram and I cursed her out to Papa. Papa, am I lying? That's right. That's why I like Papa. I was always able to go to him and curse ministers out. I even got Mr. Ingram to fire a minister. I got Ingram to fire a minister, yo. Son of a gun thought he was smarter than me. He ran on. And when I finished talking to Papa, Papa fired him. But I'm not going to reveal his identity because he's been nice and calm in retirement. But take it from me, Ingram did me a favor. He fired that no-good son of a gun. All right? I want Papa to help me fire some of these fellas now who he helped to get elected. So I just thought that I have to run on. My spiritual advisor has obviously abandoned me today. So I have something else that I need to do because I've had some complaint from people in Nassau Village. They can't find the speaker, D. Halston Moultrie. And the next thing I know, they want to know what D for. I said, what you mean, what D for? Don't you know that's his name? D. Halston Moultrie? And then finally, when they pushed me, I said, right, D obviously is the first letter of his first name. So I discover it. So to the people in Nassau Village, D stands for DeWitt. So his name is DeWitt Halston Moultrie. And I know y'all are having difficulty finding him. Well, he ain't be able to do nothing for y'all because he ain't got no ministry. But I have his number somewhere written here. I have his house number. I have his number at the House of Assembly. Because everybody in Nassau Village must be able to find the speaker. So I don't know if I can put my hand on it, but I shall look to see. Okay. So speaker the Honorable Devitt Halston Moultrie, his home number is 324-2948. 324-2948. Call him quickly because they're now changing their numbers. Okay? These are Negroes who are like movie stars. They want to be movie stars. They want to be the head fella. Then after they get the responsibility and the publicity, guess what those Negroes do? They change their number and they hide. So, Devitt Halston Moultrie, his home number is 324-2948. Call him quickly because I've received intelligence that this number will soon disappear. Also, at the House of Assembly, his number at the House of Assembly is 322-2044. 322-2044. So you can go to the House of Assembly to see him, okay? And that's where his office is. You just let the clerks and the police, let them know you're all from Nassau Village and it's the people's time. So you remember a couple days ago I gave out Travis Robertson number. I also told you about his salary. I also told you that Travis, he had check, not child. And he's making $28,000 as an MP and $45,000 as the parliamentary secretary in the Ministry of Tourism. It's Labor Day. And so you can call Travis because him and the nuncio, they're in charge of bringing tourists to the country. And Travis' number, for those of you who might not have been able to reach him, his number is 302-2098. That's the fax line. If you're faxing him, just fax him. In fact, tell him you don't give a fax and fax him. You ever try that? Say, Travis, I am going to fax you because I don't give one fax. And fax him. Fax him. And then, of course, his toll-free number is 1-800-BAHAMAS. All right? I'm going to be giving you their numbers because they're now ducking you. They're hiding because they know these are rough times. And the constituency that the FNM has won, they're having second thoughts. Because don't forget who live in those constituencies. It's poor class Negroes like me. That's who it is. But I invite you all, if you can't find your MP, come and march with me because I'm marching with the PLP. And I have on my gold shirt. I have on my gold shirt. And I also have my flag, my PLP flag. All right? I'm still FNM. But I'm going to go with the party that put people first. And guess what that party name? It is the Progressive Liberal Party. It has faults. We can help to clean up those faults. They have faults, right? But notwithstanding their faults, it is the party. It is the mother of all parties. And slowly, you will begin to realize it when these hard-hearted Negroes, them who belongs to King George III, remember, 1760 to 1820. So that is what is going on here. I got a bunch of things to tell you. When I come back, I'm going to tell you that, praise the Lord, Brensel Roll did contact me yesterday in searching for the name and the telephone number of that old Negro lady that Glennis Hannaford promised, according to the woman, to fix her roof. And then, of course, Brensel Roll, he showed up and he promised to fix her room. I can tell you all one story Mama told me when dog got to master. Watch out, the dog got to master. When dog has to master, one master say, Glennis to repair the roof. And the next master say, Brensel gonna prepare the roof. And guess what? The roof isn't repaired. But by grab, I'm gonna make Brensel do it. This is Freedom Heart. I shall be back. in a few minutes.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live here on ILTV. And of course, you can see us. We are streaming live on ILTV.com. It is our Facebook page, and I'm sharing it on my Facebook page, Rodney Monker. Well, praise the Lord. Give me a hand. My spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, is here. Brother Roll, how are you?
Mr. Monker, I am doing just fine. How are you?
I am fine.
Listen, do I have to publicly... Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Yeah.
my spiritual advisor.
Do I have to publicly apologize to anybody for you? Did you curse out anybody that you're not supposed to curse out? Remember now, we're supposed to be Christians, all right? And
Well,
Christians are not supposed to be cursing other people out. Jesus says you are to bless.
Look at camera 3 and tell me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christians are not supposed to be cursing people, Mr. Monker. Jesus says you are to bless and do not curse. When you curse people out, the Bible says a harsh word stirs up anger. You understand
Well,
me?
that is why I'm so angry.
And a
A
gentle...
man who
gentle-
profess Christianity has sent me threat. And he stirred
Yes.
up anger
But you don't-
in my
yes,
soul.
but you don't do-
S-O-U-L.
Yeah, but you don't do the same thing that he does.
But I didn't curse him in
That's-
English.
that's what diffuses the situation.
Listen, I can assure you, the curse that I put on him was in Haitian Creole.
Wow.
Tout le monde haïtien.
See?
M'a gen problem avec ministre responsable pour éducation.
What?
Deacon
No, man. That's
Jeff Law.
That's my personal friend. This man is a gentleman. You understand me?
Really?
He is a gentleman.
Well, I must answer you in Haitian Creole. I have to say it
There's
in
no
Haitian Creole.
need to have any ill will towards Jeff Lloyd, man.
Fouet moi yo, il pas bon.
Wow.
OK?
Wow.
Map connaît yon secret.
Wow.
Les papa li mouri.
Yeah, that's
Il
old.
pas
that's-
fini
yeah,
la
that's old story.
Kylie
Yeah, that's old
pour
story.
jeune papa.
That's old
Si
story.
ou connaît yon grand moun garçon qui gagne papa, and il pas vini pour chercher pour lui, il pas bon, il gagne un pile piché, and le li mouri. Si li pas mande papa bondye pour pardon li, l'ale na.
Okay, so where we going with this?
My spiritual
Tell me.
advisor.
Yeah,
I'm angry.
Where are we going with it? Then?
Can I not be angry in Haitian
Yes,
Creole?
angry and do not sin.
I'm not sinning.
Yeah, but you said some things just now that wasn't nice. You understand me? It's old story. You gotta let. It seems as if you're struggling with forgiveness, Mr. Monker.
Every time I try to forgive them,
And forgiveness is at the heart of Christianity.
they are threatening. They've gone consistent to the teaching of the Holy Father in our faith. Please don't do that.
No, who- listen.
Zami moi, pas dit ça. OK? Pas créer encore problème pour moi.
See,
Pas,
you're not fair.
pas dit ça.
Who am I?
Pas dit ça.
Who am I?
Ou pas bon pour expliquer.
But I'm your
Liquido mama. God have mercy. I mean, what I can put up with, man? Come. C'est où dit, est-ce que ou remet Deacon Jeff Lloyd pour qu'il sa ou parle mal sur Nicholas Lee? Liquido and Cheng Wong.
Oh,
Cheng
boy, I
Wong
tell
42.
you.
My spiritual advice, I'm so happy to have you
Absolutely,
here.
absolutely.
You know, tomorrow's Labor Day.
Yeah.
And I have on my gold shirt. And you had promised me that you would wear a red shirt, but you've moved above the politics.
No, listen. I was so busy today.
Okay.
I had a couple interviews for 1 or 2 contracts, and that kind of
Really? Is it
kept
government's
me,
contract?
No, I won't divulge the information. But you know, I got kind of caught up, and the time just went away with me. You know?
Contracts.
Oh yeah, man.
Man, I love to hear
It's
that
the
word.
people's time.
What time is it?
It's the people's time.
It's the PLP supporters, the people.
We're all the people.
Well, then
The
you better
people
tell
mean-
minister.
The people mean PLP, FNMs, DNAs, BDPs, whatever you call
Well, why
them.
they fire Colby? They fire Colby.
They fire Colby?
Colby
Oh, yeah,
such.
I read that yesterday.
It's horrible.
Uh,
Huh? Why they fire Colby?
boy, I can't answer that.
Well, they fire Colby because Colby's a PLP. What ministers should do
You sure?
is demonstrate love and keep all the PLP employed. How that sound?
You're not supposed to fire people for their political persuasion.
But that's what he did.
That is wrong. I'm hoping that does not happen in this country. We're supposed to be moving away from
And
that.
tomorrow's Labor Day.
Yeah, that.
It's
if
the
that's
day-
The case, that's wrong.
It's the day when the workers, you know,
Absolutely.
I mean, all they're doing is firing PLPs. But let me tell you all, you have to stand with your party. If the F&M continue to fire those people who supported the Progressive Liberal Party, then you have to be willing to wage a political campaign for 5 years. You see how Minister did it? Every Wednesday or Tuesday morning, he would march to the Bank of the Bahamas. That's what he did. One morning, when I arrived, I overheard the police telling him if he could hold the march and tell his lordship, the Chief Justice, and other senior judges of the Supreme Court could get to the church. And I listened because in my mind, it was powerful. All right? And then, let us not forget, Menace, he blocked the Paradise Island Bridge to help the hair braiders. So, Philip Brave Davis, Menace can't say nothing when you lead us to block the bridge, because what is good for Menace is obviously good for you, Philip Brave Davis. Menace did it, and he had the assistance of Brand. Then I saw my doctor, Dr. Dwayne Sands, on top of the bridge. So we have to go on the bridge too and do a Menace by closing it down as we look out for the people there. Because if Menace was serious on this Labor Day, he would have addressed the nation. But he got, what a man named who say he ain't allow Menace to speak for he's going to allow Menace to
That's the
speak.
Prime Minister Press Secretary. That's Ace Newbold.
Ace Newbold,
Anthony Ace
man, he's a
Newbold.
silly man.
Why are you saying that?
He's silly to tell the country that he ain't going to let the Prime Minister speak
That's not his call.
until every quarter.
Yeah, but that's not his call.
You think Menace was that dumb to tell him
That's
that?
organized by the Prime Minister.
Goodness of
cabinet.
mercy, Menace, come man. You're the Prime Minister of the country. All right? Don't come to the decision that you are not going to speak until every quarter.
I think the media picked that apart. That was their first criticism when they first heard that.
But it's stupid.
Yeah, that's
It's
wow.
stupid. Huh? It's stupid. What you elect Menace for? Huh? And guess who doing this to Menace? You all ain't gonna believe me. Take it from me. Because I'm a man. I have the gift of discernment. All of the things that are manifesting. I told you all. I said, listen, Sarkis in the background. I said, listen, Sarkis chief of security. That's what Marvin Dame is. Man, Sarkis powerful. You know, for your chief of security to be the minister of national security.
Yeah, but that's not now.
Marcus! Marvin! Your pa keeps saying I don't like you. And I have to tell him every morning, listen, I love Marvin. I love Marvin. But Marvin, I'm disappointed in you.
But that's not now, though. That's the past.
No!
Marvin Dames is now the national security minister.
Yes!
It has nothing to do with Bama and Sarkis. It's Marillion.
Listen,
It has nothing to do with that.
Sarkis is in charge of Marvin. Sarkis is in charge of the Nuncio de Aguilar.
These guys work for the Bahamas government, man.
Menace working for Sarkis.
Oh, man, that's irresponsible.
That is not...
You can't do that.
Man, look at the facts.
The taxpayers is paying Dr. Menace's money.
But who paid him during the election?
The Free National Movement has an account. They have money.
Are you a member of the F&M?
Where you want to?
Do you know the F&M bank account
No,
number?
I don't know account number.
Well,
no.
then shut up. I said that respectfully. Hey, please forgive me, Lord.
So
I didn't
who
meant to say
funded
that.
the F&M campaign?
Who you think? Who you see in government house taking selfie? I, as a Bahamian, I've never done selfie in government house.
Yeah,
And I'm going to petition Dame Margaret.
Sarkis didn't
And
take
I'm
any
gonna-
selfie.
They
Somebody-
haven't.
People took photos of Sarkis.
Sarkis did selfie. I am a Bahamian. I've never done selfie in Government House.
boy,
I'm going to
tell you.
petition the Governor General, and I'm going to write her and say, Dame Margaret, if a foreigner
He's not a foreigner.
could...
He's a resident.
He's a foreigner.
He's a resident.
Is he a Bahamian?
Oh, you got a point. No, he's not.
Well, if I tell you he's a foreigner, who's 60? I'm 60.
He's a foreign resident then.
This is twice Government House has been defiled. The
Wow.
first time, Sir Orville Turnquest was Governor General. And wrong about 4:30 in the morning, the Defense Force decided they better check the front room. And a whole white American man was found half drunk and sleeping in the front room. That was the first thing. And the next time was they got Sarkis. Sarkis doing selfie. That's what Minister bring Government House down to. Sarkis doing selfie. And you tell me? Come, my spiritual advisor. That's what it is.
There's some text.
I have some text.
Or you want
Open
to
up
take
the
phone calls?
telephone line. Let my people know that tomorrow is Labor Day, and my spiritual advisors, you prepare a text. Here is the Guardian. There is Kevin Peter Turnquest. And what did it say? What repeals delayed? You hear what Minister is doing to us? I told y'all he could not be trusted. Meanwhile, he got a man who defraud custom all over the paper, running on about not giving us VAT. Menace is no good. God forgive me. Go ahead, my spiritual advice. I have a phone
Yeah,
call.
phone call, yeah.
Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello,
Hello.
Senator.
God save the Queen.
How are you, sir?
I'm angry.
Listen, Senator, be aware of your spiritual advisor. He's an FNM. Now, I heard him said he get 2 contracts. You don't know who give him these 2 contracts, and I believe they might have him that to shut your mouth, Senator. See, you got to be careful with FNM. You know you get fire only them, and they might have him there to quiet you down. Sometimes I notice some people just call you and say, oh, we can march and this, but don't put on your PLB shirt. See, this is one day, it's a fear with you doing this march.
Listen.
And I keep telling you, watch out your spiritual advisor, because he is an FNM, and they might give him something to quiet you from saying the truth. Don't let nobody stop you, because we behind you.
Okay.
Have a good evening.
God save the Queen and be early. Listen to me. I'm an FNM. But every day, as I see how my party is abusing PLP supporters, I'm turning away. And one thing they can't say, that I abandoned them in opposition. No. When I walk away from the FNM, I would have left them with 35 seats, all government, and they could keep their government. The PLP will tell you, I never asked nobody for contract. First of all, I even didn't know all these juicy contracts existed. I used to be marching and just standing up for people, and I was never into that. And I'm still not into it. So Minister could keep his contract. All right? But slowly, I'm walking away. I ain't leave yet. But tomorrow, if it is God's will, I am marching with the PLP. And who don't like it could Stukaluka. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
Hi, Mr. Monica. Have you considered getting a post?
I have a long distance call. Welcome to Freedom March.
Grand Bahama.
Freeport, welcome to Nassau. Speak to me.
Okay, I'm a senior citizen from Freeport, Bahamas,
Oh, hallelujah.
and I've been denied assistance. The
Really?
lady told me must come back on next 3 months.
Really? What?
I'm a senior citizen.
Please forgive me. What was it that you needed?
Hello?
What was it that they deny you? Tell me.
Assistant. Monthly assistant for a senior citizen.
From
My
social
God.
services?
They denied me that and told me I would come back next 3 months.
Right. Is
My
this social
God.
services?
And I'm a senior citizen.
Well, let me tell you what I'm going to do.
Yes?
I'm going to put you on hold. I
Uh-huh.
want you to give the producer your name and
Uh-huh.
your number, and I shall go and see the PLP leadership and say to them, no PLP under the FNM must suffer. and no senior citizen, even if you are an FNM. So
Yes.
you give me your name, and tomorrow when I march, I shall be looking for powerful PLPs to tell them that you must be given not only hope, but plenty help, okay?
Yes.
So stay on and give the man your name and number so we can contact you. My God.
Remember that has become an issue where social services has decided that rather than doing the monthly food stamps, they're going to do it every 90 days now. So
what they want her to do? Don't eat for 90 days?
yeah, a lot of people can understand
Dr.
why,
Dwayne Sands,
why
you're
they
a
did that,
doctor.
but
People
that's-
need to eat every day. I'm counting on you, Dwayne. Dr. Sands, I'm counting on you. Don't forget, I'm your family. Goodness, I shouldn't let ministers know that. All right?
Yeah, a lot of people just have some serious
That's
issues
wrong.
with that, yeah.
And
That
no
is kinda
citizen.
tough. That's kind of tough.
It's horrible. Minister got a hog heart. God forgive me for calling the Prime
And
Minister.
I don't know, whatever that is that they give them after they would have given it to them, I don't know how 90 days is going to, the food that they get is going to last for 90 days. That's kind of,
Meanwhile,
that's a long stretch.
yeah, meanwhile, Peter Turnquest has announced that what repeals delayed. I told y'all, but ain't nobody would listen to
They
me.
give a reason, though.
I don't want to hear that reason.
give a reason.
A promise is a promise.
Yep.
A
but-
deal is a
but then
deal.
after finding out certain things, they realized
Man.
they couldn't do that anymore.
Man, stop that.
So they had to pedal back a bit.
My spiritual advisor, don't call up for them. You hear me? Don't call up for them because what
The
they are
treasury is
teaching.
broke.
Read me some text.
Yeah.
All right?
Here we go.
$722 million.
Treasury's broke.
And-
Hi, Mr. Munker. Have you considered getting a post in the PLP party? Is that your next move? You've been working hard for them since May the 10th.
You really think I'm working hard for the party?
Well, that's what the text say.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been doing
Well,
a
I
lot.
have a job duty to help the PLP to atone for my UBP association. What else?
Good afternoon, Mr. Munker. Could you have a show or two on the history of the PLP and the FNM? Also, what are you? Are you FNM? Are you PLP? Are you BDP? Are you SDP? Are you Free NDP? They want to know what's your political persuasion.
Okay. I am a citizen of the Bahamas, and my loyalty is to Dame Margaret Penling, who is the personal representative of the Queen and the citizens of the Bahamas. That is who my loyalty is, because a lot of these politicians are gangsters. So I'm not having any personal loyalty to them. Okay? You want to see what is going on in the FNM? They're practicing gangsterism. You might want to know what I mean by that. Let me show you quickly. If a government victimizes firing people, they're gangsters. Now, nobody else may want to tell you it. I don't care what government, what prime minister, they are gangsters. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello,
Hi.
Mr. Manka, how are you?
I'm angry like hell.
Well, I am angry as hell also.
Well, you better come march.
It's my first time calling the show, Mr. Manka, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what I'm trying to understand from you, okay?
Okay.
I've known you, not personally, but I've known you in the limelight of the public for some time now. I've been following you, okay? And I have respect for you, and I'm trying to understand what's going on with you, because I'm a bit confused here now.
Okay.
You saying here now that you represent the PLP, based on what I'm hearing, right?
I am saying that I'm going to support them.
Okay, you support them, right?
Yes.
So to say you support them
Yeah.
mean, Mr. Munker, that you support corruption.
No.
Okay? Yes.
No.
Yes, exactly.
No.
That's what it is to me.
If I was supporting corruption, I would
Yeah.
support Menace.
No, I.
The PLP ain't got no power.
Mr. Munker, listen, okay?
Okay.
Give Menace a chance.
To
Give
do
this
what?
new government administration an opportunity to serve. Okay?
I'm not stopping him
I
from
don't-
serving.
I don't. Pardon me?
I'm not stopping him from
I
serving.
didn't say you stopping him, but what it is you complaining about?
I am
now?
complaining over the
What
fact.
is
You want to
it?
hear it? I'm complaining over the fact that Menace promised to move the VAT of the foods.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Rice, grits, sugar, corned beef, sardine, tuna. They are slave food. Only the poor eat them. And now Menace, having promised that, has turned back. Menace promised that he's going to give us free education at the University of the Bahamas. Menace has turned out to be a political liar.
Mr. Manka, come on now. That's not fair. Listen, Mr. Manka.
Yes.
Listen. And my information, right? And I'm following up with the paper just as much as you in the newspaper, right? What happening now is they're going through the budget, okay? They may have very well have things on hold, but that doesn't say that it would not come to pass, okay?
How long should I wait?
Pardon me?
How long should I wait?
What you mean this government just coming, Mr. Manka? Ain't been, what, 2 weeks here?
So how long should I wait?
What you mean, how long?
I'm asking.
How long? You waited 5 years for the people who you claim you supporting to do anything?
Listen to me. We're going to keep Menace and the F&M foot to the top.
And that's great. I have no problem with that.
Good. So join me tomorrow.
Mr. Manka, give this F&M government, the people.
You can't trust them, man.
What do you mean you can't trust them?
They're dishonest.
In which way?
You want to hear some more?
No, I don't, because what you're saying don't make no sense, Mr. Manka.
Join me at
They are
Windsor
false
Park.
Accusations.
No.
And you are not the person that I highly respect. If you telling me now that you following and supporting the PLP,
We need
the
opposition.
same government the Yemen people put out.
Yes.
No.
Listen to me. Menace is dishonest. The Hurricane Macho. You know how much money Menace Daddy made under Hurricane Macho? Shane Gibson, who you all vote out, give Menace Daddy all the gas contract. And Menace ain't man enough to say I am a liar.
Mr.
You hear me? You want to hear some more?
Accusation. No, I don't care to hear.
You don't want to hear some more things? Let me give you some more.
I really don't
Hubert
want to hear.
Ingram told Menace to divest himself of the contract. And Menace has been prime minister for 22 days. And Menace ain't get rid of the contract yet.
Mr. Manka, why you are so anti-hatred Menace?
I'm not hatred Menace.
What is this Prime Minister Menace do you for?
I'm going by what Papa told me.
Come on, man.
So you prefer Menace to continue to be corrupt?
What is corrupt, Mr. Manka? Who's more corrupt than the person you claim to be supporting now?
Okay, so let everybody be corrupt then. That's
No,
what you're
Mr.
saying?
Manka, man. Don't play
Listen,
this
the
game
people
today.
have voted the PLP
Get
out.
over it. Whatever Dr. Menace, Prime Minister Menace have done to you, get over it.
He's
You
done
a
me
big-hearted
nothing
man.
personally other than
Get over
he
it.
has made some promises and he's not
Marcus,
keeping up
get
to. You better go
over
pray
it.
with him. You take good care. And when I see you, you think I know your voice, say. You're the same Negro woman I ran into at the mall at Marathon. All right? You think I remember your voice, say. I told you then that Menace was not safe. Okay? I have more people. Welcome to Freedom Match. Hello?
Hello?
Sound like you're crying. Everything's fine?
Yeah, Mr. Monka, you really gotta stop, Mr. Monka. You gotta stop, man.
Goodness me, you sound like that man's son.
Who, man? Who, man, this is not?
The judge.
The judge?
Yeah.
Not Judge Andrews off of, Fox News Network.
No, I talking about the Negro judge in the Bahamas.
Yeah, man, Mr. Monka, I called to talk about this mendacious F&M government. I mean, they just got professionalized, and I understand what you was telling the other caller, but what I want to know is what can happen with this budget, because you're not making sense no more.
Who's not making sense?
The F&M.
Why are you saying that?
Because they doing the same thing. They said they were going to do certain stuff, but I haven't seen any changes.
Listen to me.
From what I've seen so far is a bunch of foolishness. And even with the appointees, like, I was supposed to call you to ask you about how do you become a senator, because I see they giving it away as if it's some type of gambling free trade.
Don't go. Hold on the line. I have to take a quick break. Don't go away. I think I'd
All
like
right,
you.
no problem.
This is Freedom March. A Negro male is on the line in search of how you become a senator. Boy, I know, but I'm going to help him out. But I'm going to show you that Menace them are on the wrong track. On the eve of Labor Day, Menace who profess Catholic Christianity is persecuting and firing and victimizing. But thank God for modern technology. I'm going to petition His Holiness, Pope Francis, and complain of what ministers are doing. This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Manker. My spiritual advisor is in the house, and we will be right back after the break. Freedom March.
Do you have something to say to the Senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live here in Nassau, Bahamas on ILTV. Before I go back to the caller, I just want to quickly say something in the interest of time. In the Nassau Guardian, there is a story, and that is the Nassau Guardian, 1st of June, today. And it's a story written by someone who says he is Simon on the front porch. And he talks about the collapse of McCartney, the DNA, and spoiled the ballot campaign. You would recall, some time ago, there was a controversy started by C.A. Smith when he accused the former Governor General, His Excellency Sir Arthur Foulkes, of being the author of Simon on the front page. The Nassau Guardian came to Sir Arthur's defense and said it was not. Sir Arthur, today I have decided that I'm going to give a reward out to unmask who is Simon. So, help me find Simon on the front porch. Now, I'm a poor man, but I can only afford $100. I'm going to give you a code to fix out. When you go to the internet to try to find him, these are the codes that you would use. EZEKIEL164C. EZEKIEL164C. Help me to identify him. You will get $100 because I thought he was very unfair with Branwell McCartney. Okay? Help me to uncover Simon. Simon, you heard me? Help me to find his identity and unmask him, because Simon is a political coward who hides. And so, I've been told by an IT, is it called IT? The Negroes, them who do the computer thing?
Yeah, information technology.
He says EZEKIEL164C. $100, all right? But we won't do it until after the holiday, all right? Help me unmask Simon, because Branwell McCartney needs to know. The DNA needs to know, and I want to know. Help me find Simon. I suspect Simon is a Negro. I suspect. So help me uncover him. Do I still have the man on the phone? Come back, brother.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Moncourt.
You wanted to know how to become a senator.
Yeah, I wanted to know how to become a senator, because I spoke with Bodie, but he seemed to, what he told me is I have to take the road heading straight down to Bahama, take a left on Boulevard, look for the Chinese coconut tree and get 3 of those and put them together.
Stop it. Let me tell you how to become.
All right, I listen.
And take notes. Pretend.
Right, hold on, I got a pen.
Pretend you are a Negro attorney at law by the name of Ronald Hanfield.
Okay, Ronald Hanfield.
You tell the public that you are not political.
Okay.
That you have a series of issues.
Okay.
Then gather all the people who don't like Christie and the PLP.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Make
you
sure.
know, they're easy to find. They're easy to find.
Make
Especially
sure.
in Marlat Marathon.
Listen, make sure that you find Dame Joan Sawyer.
Okay, Dame Joan Sawyer.
Find
I can do a search
find,
for him.
listen, don't answer. Find Janet Bosbeck and her son, John. Make sure that John is convicted of having bullets. Then you march. And as you march, look for a prime minister who thinks that you are sincere. He will now invite you to meet with him. You tell him you ain't talking with him because in your mind, you know that Minnie's wife is your mother, first cousin, and you is her child. Then after you done fool everybody and march up and down 2 weeks before the election, announce that you are endorsing the FNM. Minnis will then pretend that you were sincere and lie to himself that it was him who orchestrated it from the first moment. And then after all that is over, you will become a Negro senator. Take it, Kim.
Wow, I got to start practicing now, see if I could find out how to get. Well, the last part, kind of a little difficult because you got to suck up to the FNM, and I can't suck up to no one.
You're a good man. Join me at Windsor Park because I am marching with the PLP. And I'm going to leave minister in government. Y'all keep you in the government and in a contract with your no good self. I'm marching with the PLP. Give me the call quickly because I expect everybody to march. All right? And if the Valley Boys, I'm upset that the Valley Boys are not marching because the union wouldn't buy water for them. Man, stop coming up with an excuse. Buy a bottle of water and join Roots then. And rush with Roots. Come on. Hello? Anybody on the phone? Because tomorrow is Labor Day. And we are marching. We can show the FNM that there are thousands of Bahamians who are willing to peacefully march and to keep the FNM torch under their foot. All right? Anybody on the phone? Hello? Hello once. Hello twice. Next line.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi. I'm calling for the lady would call from Freeport with the social service with the 90 days.
Yes.
Okay, that thing which y'all are talking about, but F&M is doing, I think you're being biased because
who's doing it?
That's not happening. That's been happening because I myself personally tried it.
Okay, what are we going to do? The same thing I did to her, I'm going to do to you. First of all, are you a Negro woman? Answer me.
Hello?
Are you a Negro lady?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm going to put you on hold. Give the producer your name and your number, and I shall conduct a forensic audit. Next call.
Hello.
Welcome to Freedom Match.
Well, good day, Mr. Monka. How you doing?
I am angry like hell.
Mr. Monka, you know, I just want you to stay focused on the teachings, and I want you to continue to be sure and steadfast.
I shall.
Mr. Monka, here, persons, you know, asking you to ease up on Mr. Minnis, right?
Uh-huh.
And I find that very disturbing.
And offensive.
Because my issue is he made some promises on the campaign trail.
Yes.
Half of those promises was not read in the speech from the throne.
That is true.
And the speech from the throne is the guiding tool of the government.
Oh, speak, my brother.
Mr. Monka, further, he just did his budget communication yesterday.
Yes.
And in the budget communication was left out he left out a lot of the stuff that he mentioned on the campaign trail.
That is true.
The Bahamian people, Mr. Monka, we are waiting on this free tuition at the University of the Bahamas.
Yes, sir.
We're waiting on this repeal from the VAT from bread basket items.
Yes.
These things, what he promised, it, if you promise the people these things, that was a catch.
Yeah.
And the people repose their confidence in you, and we waiting on it.
Yeah.
How they can ask you to ease up off him, and you are the voice for the people.
Listen, I am the voice of the people crying out for the poor. And that is why I'm going to march with the Poor Man Party tomorrow.
Mr. Monka,
Yes?
another thing is, when Mr. Minnis came to the people, he came to the people by himself. Now, all of a sudden, you have a press secretary.
You got a press secretary?
You know, if you even believe it, that you was about to have a press secretary if you win, why didn't you Ace Newbold speak at all your rallies?
Yeah.
Why didn't you do it like that?
Yeah.
And one thing, spiritual advisor, I believe personally that you are a saved man, but my take on you is I believe you intimidated for what you were about to get or what they promised you. But you have to remember now, the people is the power.
Absolutely.
The people is the power.
Yeah, I agree
and
with that.
You must be so guided also by the Bible.
Absolutely.
Because you can't be halfway in and halfway out.
No.
Minutes promised some things, but you refuse to speak to it because of what you was promised.
But
the people depend on you.
Right,
the
but
people look for you to be fair.
But
straight across the
right.
board, not sometimes.
Okay, and all
all the time.
Okay,
my brother, the spiritual advisor will answer you. Take good care.
Yeah. But in all honesty, though, Mr. Monka, we do have a fiscal situation in the country.
What y'all got?
It's a financial situation in the Bahamas. The Treasury is in trouble. All right? The government has to
is
find
borrowing
ways.
$722 million.
Right. And the government
when the PLP came to power in 2012, Philip Brave Davis, I hope I have it correct, the PLP had to look for $500 million. Because the FNM, Papa, spend more money than he should have spent on the road. And it's only because Papa is a Christian member of the church that I don't put question to Papa. All right? Don't forget that. Papa put more money on the road than we had accounted for.
It was a crossover on a $210 million.
All right, then. So we have to match. Any more call? Because I call on the people to stand with the party that give us independent, black majority rule, the national insurance, the defense force. You hear me? We're marching with them. I'm marching. Anybody on the phone? Welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, how are you?
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Bonko. How are you?
I am angry like hell.
Yeah, I am upset too, Mr. Munker.
Why are you upset, sister?
How are you too as well?
I'm doing
Mr.
great.
Munker, I listened to the news today and found out that the gentleman who had the AK-47 and bullets only got 5 years.
This is a man from
They would
Freeport?
have made an example from him.
Hold on a second. This is a man from Freeport? Hello?
No, the young boy here who had the bullets, who got caught yesterday or day before with the AK-47 and the bullets in his room in the closet.
And how much he got?
He only got 5 years.
Do you know why?
Tell me why, please.
God forgive me. He ain't Janet and Henry Boswick child. He know Bishop Lige Bird. He know Simeon Hall. Certainly he must be a poor, jive Negro. That's why, God forgive me for saying that. And may his family understand the context in which I say it. Let me tell you what kind of country this is. They think that some people are better. That's why I hide from them on the weekend. And had the PLP not joining the Labor Day march tomorrow, I would go in hiding until Tuesday. But I ain't hiding tomorrow.
I think you misunderstood it, you know.
So, Mr. Monka, so that means anybody who carry a gun, so everybody might as well get a gun with some bullets because we only going to get 1 to 5 years.
Oh, no.
Now you see her point? Now you see the point she's making,
No.
right?
What is her point, my spiritual advisor?
She's saying that she feels that he should get more time.
Well, my spiritual advisor.
That's what she's saying.
How much time John got? You don't understand me? Come, man. Your problem is.
No.
Stop it.
I'm trying to figure out why are you always bringing up
That is the example. Why you think Janet has to go to government house? Janet has to go to government house so that she could sign a pardon for John. But I tell Minnis, Papa told me why Janet shouldn't go to government house. And he want Henry Boswick, who got an office about 200 feet north of government house, to stay 5 miles from government house. That's right. Anyway, sister, take good care. Anybody else? Because I got to rally the people then. Listen, you got to come to Windsor Park. Let's march. Put on something gold. Could be a gold shirt, a gold hat, all right? Because it's going to be a golden march. Hello? Anybody else?
Hello?
Sir, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Senator, let me tell you why I want to march with you.
Okay.
They talking about they making all these people senator and all these different things, right?
Yes.
How they could be paying these people at the government points and they owe the government?
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah? How they could be making people like Reinhard senator and thing, and they owe the government Ministry of Education all kind of money, then going off to school, get their fancy education. Now my child can't go.
Wow, this is powerful.
Huh?
Listen,
what kind of patriotism that is?
It isn't good patriotism.
I know about that.
Yeah.
What you think about that, Senator?
I think Renard is nothing but a picky teeth Montobi. He's
Bring
nothing
the
but
people.
a frying pan.
Huh? You talking about you got the people's best interest at heart and you ain't paying the government what you owe them?
Listen, join me tomorrow. You hear me?
They coming.
And put on something gold.
Of course. I get a gold belt, gold shoes, gold everything.
You're a powerful man. And bring me a Bahamian flag, because I will see many of my Negro people holding the flag of the Bahamas.
I can tell you that. And God save the Queen.
God save the Queen. It's powerful. We're going to march on Labor Day.
So when since this Labor Day become a political day?
It was always a political day.
Yeah?
Of course. The struggle of the workers is always political. Any legislation designed to empower and to improve is political. What is politics? You're talking about political science. You're talking about public policy. Never be afraid of the word political, for we are all political, whether or not we realize it.
I always viewed it as something totally different.
My spiritual advisors do not listen.
Labor Day and politics mixed together.
It's, of course,
it's interesting,
from
right?
the masses of the workers, the political leader rises. Don't you know that? Huh? Listen to me. For I am the leader of the grassroots people. It's only now that the PLP is recognizing that I've always had a golden heart. And as I see the wickedness and the victimization firing poor black people, boy, you only know good, eh? Boy, oh boy, I never thought that the party of Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield, the party of Sir Kendall Isaac, would be possessed by these kind of Negroes. Y'all are King George III Negroes with your ugly self. God forgive me for calling my people ugly. But y'all are ugly, ugly in ways and attitude. And Deacon Jeff Lloyd, I ain't scared of you, because in this modern technology, I could reach Rome with my petition. And I'm going to petition the Holy Father. I got a bunch of people who profess Christian Catholicism. And when you look at the way they live, they're a bunch of gangsters. God forgive me. And I'm going to complain to the Pope. I'm going to complain to the Pope. I am going to complain to the Holy Father. My spiritual advisor, are you coming on Labor Day?
I want to correct you on something.
I do not want you to get into an argument with
No,
me
not
on the
an argument.
principles.
I just want to set...
Don't do that today. We're not here to do that. Please. Okay? I don't want to have violence on national TV. You are a peace-loving citizen. I'm a peace-loving citizen. And my spiritual advisor, there shall be no violence between me and you. What you say?
Yeah, of course.
Now, are you coming to the Labor Day march?
Tomorrow, I commence a contract, so I can't...
Man, listen. They only give you that contract.
I can't make it.
Mr. Waker.
I have some things. Well, I could probably set some things in order and probably meet you there for about an hour or so. I could probably do that.
You can't march with black people? Come on.
Why are you always using this term?
Because I'm suspicious of you and Menace. Y'all don't like black people.
It has nothing to do with color.
It has.
In this Bahamas,
it
has nothing.
Y'all don't like black people.
Color.
Y'all don't like black people. Y'all think I fool it?
Wow.
Huh? One day,
wow,
y'all gonna cut Bush for black people.
A black government.
Ma pray, Yonju.
A black government doesn't like black people.
You don't know that?
Wow.
Look up, damn. Look.
That's an unfair
If
statement.
Menace loved black people, he would not be firing poor people.
You know something? You're the seasoned political activist here, right? Do you know that when government changes a lot of things changes.
You're talking about America.
No,
this is
no.
not America.
This things happen all over the world.
Oh,
man.
Lord, look how these Negroes...
When government changes, the government
Not
decides
our
that
system.
they have people
No.
placed in strategic
No.
places
No.
to continue their
The
particular
only
agenda.
people who-
That's how it works.
Only political consultants, those who are members of the civil service, don't get caught up in American politics. Who's your queen?
Who's my queen?
Yeah. Don't be disrespectful.
Who's my queen? Let me
My
see.
queen is Elizabeth.
Who's my queen?
The second, by the grace of God, Queen of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And under Her Majesty's system, know your government. And that is the problem that I'm seeing. I'm seeing 35 Negroes who don't seem to understand the system. That is why Minnis is caught up in this foolish political position of 2 times Prime Minister. He didn't know why Hubert Ingram came up with that. Tennyson Wells was at Ingram's foot, backing and carrying on. So Ingram had to fool them and say, listen, only 2 times, all right? Because they were hunting him, all right? Anyway, listen, Brensel Roll, I got the facts. You had that woman in the constituency all that time before the cut. And then Mrs. Hannah, she inherited the woman. Brensel, I expect you to keep the first promise, okay? I'm going to provide you with that number, and I don't want no games to be played. My grandma told me that when dog got to master, the dog punish. Because master 1 say, master 2 can feed the dog, and master 2 say, master 1 can feed the dog, and the person punish. All right? It's the people's time, and I expect you to do it. And you have a very wealthy friend, Kyling. Ask Kyling. Kyling got plenty money and plenty sand and block. Let Kyling do it. What Kyling first name is, okay? So I have the facts because I'm going to see Miss Glennis Hannah Martin. All right? And Brensel, I expect you to do it because you're a good man. You're a kind man. And look how God has given you a second chance. You got elected, then the people kick you out. And now the people recall you. So don't let's play no political boundary. All the people I want you to take care of. And don't forget who I am. I am the man who sat with Hubert Ingram and listened to your political anguish. And only me and Papa comfort you. Only me and Papa comfort you. So don't do no nonsense, or I will come on the TV and tell the people. All right? And that's a threat. Not blackmail, but a threat. And Papa, speak to Brensel. Tell him to look out for the poor woman. So, my spiritual advisor, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming to the end of the show. I want you all to have a safe holiday. Don't get in no fight. Stay far from the F&M. If you see the F&M, hug an F&M, because the F&Ms are also Negroes. They're also workers. Let's march with Philip Brave Davis and the PLP. I'm going to be there bright and early if it's God's will. If you all see like I kind of late, start the march and call me and tell me where to run and catch up with you all, but I'm going to be early. Neil Stubbs, I expect to see you. You're a Negro male. Alan Strawn, I expect to see you. You're a Negro. Salty, out of Thompson Lane. This your childhood friend. You ain't no Reese them. All right? I'm the man you saved from drowning. Remember when I was going to be drowned and you saved me? Now you can't abandon me now. I need your help because you have helped to elect a bunch of people who are not putting our people first. All right? So I'm going to join the PLP tomorrow. Lord, I ask you to bless the Bahamas and to bless the F&M, that they will put aside spitefulness. All right? Can you imagine? Black on black victimization, man. And ministers so black to be doing this.
So what we do is we pray for the government. The Bible says, well, the Apostle Paul charged to Timothy is that I pray that prayers and intercessions be made for governors and for those in authority, that they may live peaceful lives, which pleases God our Savior, who would have all men to be saved and to come to the knowledge of the truth. So what we should do is for those who are in authority, we just pray for them. that they would do it the right way, Mr. Monica, rather than sit
Look
back and
into
curse
the
them
camera
out.
and
Yeah,
say
you
it.
know, rather than sit back and curse them out, you're not going to get anywhere cursing them, Mr. Monica. We just need to pray for the government that they may rule correctly. And if they don't rule correctly, we understood exactly what happened on May the 10th. The people decided that they were going to vote the government out.
Well, 5 years is too long.
No, 5
I
years.
say,
This
let the
government-
campaign continue.
Well, the government
Let there be marches and strikes and close down the bridge and close down the road. And when they complain,
for what?
we will remind Dr. Menace how he said that once he become prime minister, all them after them who got locked up and charged, he is going to pardon them. He ain't do it yet. Pardon them. Look, folks, tomorrow's Labor Day.
You're being unfair.
We must. He didn't pardon them.
You're being unfair with the government.
Tomorrow is Labor Day. I expect thousands of my people to peacefully march. And if it is God will, I shall be joining the PLP. And so, to every PLP, have no fear, Freedom March is in opposition. PLP all the way. PLP all the way. PLP all the way. March, march on the way. Because Pinling told us that marches and demonstrations are necessary for political changes. Remember that, young people. Pinling taught us that marches and demonstrations are necessary for change. Have a wonderful Labor Day. My spiritual advisor, Bradley, my technical assistant, Dion Delancey, PLP all the way. Come on, my spiritual advisor. PLP all the way. PLP all the way. PLP all the way. PLP all the way.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.